When people think New York, it's Broadway, the Yankees, or overpriced hotel rooms that come to mind. But Manhattan's an island, and that means water. I only use water for three things: fishing, hygiene, and bottom shelf bourbon. But today I was after a big fish, a killer, and big fish live at the bottom of the sea. His name was Dominic Atlas. I'd been staking him out for 3 months, but when the time came to reel him in, he was caught in another angler's net. Are the fish biting, huh?
Freeze! Dominic Atlas, you're under arrest.
And you're a dead man, Kellogg. Dead. And you too.
Who the hell are you?
Call me Ishmael.
I should have been happy. Dominic Atlas killed a pal of mine, and now he was going to prison. But I didn't like the way it went down. Call it intuition, or maybe it's just experience, but I had a nagging doubt. What was Detective Rudy Kellogg doing on the boat with Atlas? He claimed he was there to arrest him, but I had a sinking feeling the arrest was an act performed for an audience of one. Yours truly.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah, a couple of bruised ribs. I had a little fist theater with one of Atlas's goons. It's cold.
Yeah, like my date last night. My camera, private eye. What? What?
What? Velda? Velda!
I hope Velda was running out for hot coffee. I could use a cup. And I could use a clue. What was the connection between Detective Kellogg and crime boss Dominic Atlas? Were they in business together? I had to find the hook. Nick! Yo, Nick!
Yeah?
Mike, I need your help now. I'm downstairs at Lou's.
On my way.
And now I had to find Velda. I rode the elevator to the basement to Lou's bar, a trip I'd made 1,000,000 times when I was thirsty or lonely or both. But my heart raced. Velda's call screamed trouble.
Velda!
Big trouble. But this birthday had an even bigger surprise in store. It had already been a hell of a day. Dominic Atlas was under arrest, and Detective Rudy Kellogg was under suspicion. And now this, a surprise birthday party. I hoped it would slip past unnoticed, but nothing slips past Velda. Well, what the hell? A couple of cold ones wouldn't kill me, and I could always fire Velda tomorrow.
I'm gonna get you for this.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, darling.
Happy birthday, boss.
Thank you, Nico. Exactly how old are you, buddy? Too old for surprise parties, kid.
Oh, you don't getting too old. You're getting much good. Mwah. Mwah.
Thank you, Maya. So is your English.
Happy birthday.
What's this?
This is it. I thought so you like the ball, so I get you one.
That is the biggest, bluest ball I've ever seen. Where's the basket?
It's not basketball. It's for relaxation.
How can you relax with a blue ball?
Oh, nadi, nadi, nadi. I'll show you later.
Okay.
At my age, the cake has to be this big just to hold all the candles. And the cake's filling was filled out in all the right places.
Happy birthday, Mike Ham.
This was one gift I wouldn't have to return because it was the wrong size.
Your friends say you're a real man. I came in this cake for your birthday to make as memorable as a grand slam. I wrote that myself.
Really?
I thought it was very, very good.
Happy birthday, Mr. Ham.
Thanks. And the name is Hammer.
Oh, I'm sorry. There must have been a typo on the work order.
It's okay. What's this?
Open it.
I don't believe it. What I've always wanted, a cellular phone. You shouldn't have.
I think he means it.
It's all ready to go. It's got all the latest bells and whistles. It has an answering machine and caller ID.
Oh, gonna make coffee in the morning?
No, that's still my job.
Mm-hmm.
At least we know it still works. You press there,
Right?
and now you say hello.
Oh, was that what you say? I never would have guessed. Hello?
Mike Hammer,
Yeah.
you better live it up, because sometime in the next 48 hours, you're gonna be sucking bullets.
Who is this?
Wouldn't you like to know? But you never will. Happy birthday, dead man.
All right. Who's the wise guy?
What are you talking about?
If this is your idea of a joke, I don't think it's very funny.
You seem irritated, Mike. Was that the phone company with your setup charges?
How would you like it if somebody called you on the phone and said you're gonna be dead within the next 48 hours? Happy birthday, dead man.
So what, they really called you and say that?
Yeah. Who had this number?
No one. They activated at the store. They put it back in the box and they sealed it up.
Who had the phone after that?
I gave it to the guy who sent the cake girl.
Well, the last 4 digits were 2124. Can we check that out?
I know a chick at the phone company.
Okay, good. Let's find out what's going on. Where's the cake queen?
Kitchen.
If I had my cake, I'd eat it. But she beat it. To where? My first thought was the kitchen. After all, that's where they keep the oven.
I want to kill you, Mike. You're the sweetest guy in the world. Yeah, I'm adorable. Have you seen the cake jumper?
I haven't seen anything. Not even cats.
Oh, a funny dishwasher. Did you see the girl take the cell phone out of the box?
I just told the birthday boy that I didn't see anything.
What is your problem, pal?
Minimum wage, long commute, wife, 3 kids.
Okay, we're gonna try this again. Did you see the Pop-Tart take the cell phone out of the box?
Look, I was pushing the cake. That's all I saw was icing.
Mike, maybe this'll help.
What is it?
It's a receipt from the party place where I got the cake girl.
Yeah?
That's the guy's name, Thompson. He's the one I gave the phone to.
Okay. First thing tomorrow, I'm gonna throw a little surprise party of my own. This party is over, and you need rubber gloves.
New York is the cultural mecca of the New World. But Thompson's office wasn't on Museum Row. It was a seedy fire trap on 8th Avenue, a part of town that tour buses avoid. But I wouldn't miss it for the life of me. This birthday would be my last if I didn't find the clown who wanted me dead.
Where's the head clown?
Head clown? Yeah. What's this all about?
I want to rent a pony.
Pony? What are you, a cop?
No, I'm just in a party mood. Tell your boss, Thompson, that Mike Hammer's here to see him.
No can do, little man.
Whatever happened to the customer's always right, bro? I suggest you get Thompson, or next Thanksgiving, a high school band is gonna float you down Broadway. Huh? Now, 3 more turns on that compound and a cigarette lighter, and you're gonna go up like the Hindenburg.
He's in the office. The office. He's in his office?
Thanks. I love the Mike Tyson impression.
Come on, honey, you can't be bashful in this business now.
What is this, the Bolshoi Ballet?
Hey, who are you?
My name is Mike Cameron. I'm a private investigator, and you, sweetheart, are underdressed, and I suspect you're underage. May I suggest you get on a bus, go back to Mom and Pop before the city eats you for breakfast?
You can't just be barging in here like this, Emma. You got no right to barge in here like this.
I got plenty of rights. I am very dissatisfied with the quality of your service. You supplied the cake jumper for my birthday party last night, then you had the audacity to open my birthday present.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
Talking about my cell phone. I received a very unpleasant phone call.
I could see why.
Listen, you keep lipping off, pal, and those clowns are gonna become pallbearers.
Okay, calm down. Now, all I know was this girl, Velma. She come in here.
Velda.
Whatever. She come in, she give me the cell phone box. It was already wrapped. I just give it to the exotic dancer. That's it.
What was the exotic dancer's name?
I ain't telling you that, man. I don't know who the hell you are. You could be some kind of pervert or something. I gotta protect my girls.
Yeah? Well, I gotta protect mine, too. I'd like you to meet Betsy. Betsy takes death threats very, very seriously.
Okay, so do I. So do I. The girl's name is Randy.
Randy? Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your evening. So I got the cake jumper's address. Our 7-layer beauty lived in a 6th-floor loft in Soho. I guess cakes need room to rise. And I needed help from Randy so I could wrap this up.
Are you the super?
No, but I've been told I'm pretty good.
I'll bet you are. I am so embarrassed. I was just about to take a shower and I thought I heard someone at the door and I locked myself out. I'll bet you could get me in.
That shouldn't be too hard.
Don't disappoint me. Oh, never mind. Thanks anyway.
Why is there always a janitor around when you need one?
Yes?
It's Mike Hammer.
Who?
Mike Ham, remember me?
Hi.
Hi.
Come on in.
Oh, thanks.
Have a seat. I have some coffee on.
Hot? I'd love some. I'd like to ask you a couple questions about last night.
Sure. Cream, sugar?
Oh, sugar's fine. So how long have you been cake popping for this guy Thompson?
Only a couple of months. I had this roommate who freaked out and split on me, so I needed some cash for rent.
What's your regular job?
I'd like to go back to school.
I guess there's not a lot of room for advancement in the bakery business, huh?
No, I have to deal with a lot of jerks.
Thanks for the compliment.
No, I didn't mean you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have let you in.
Tell me, when did Thompson give you the assignment to do me? You know, my birthday party.
Let's see. He paged me yesterday afternoon. I went by the office and picked up your phone gift and then went straight to Lou's.
Was the phone already wrapped?
Yeah. Well, I think so. Why is it broken?
No, it's fine.
Oh, good, because Thompson holds us personally responsible if anything's broken. So what is this all about?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. You left Lou's in an awful hurry last night. Did you have another gig?
Yeah, I had another party I had to go to.
Without your cake?
It wasn't exactly that kind of a party. Look, Mr. Hammer, can we wrap this up? I need to get undressed for work.
At least you won't have to iron your clothes. Thanks for the coffee. You okay?
Yeah. Why would somebody shoot at me?
They weren't. Well, on the bright side, at least I now knew the death threat wasn't a prank. I left Randy's and went back to the office with a head full of questions. Who, why, and when. And while I ran through my mental Rolodex of suspects, Velda worked on the cell phone, trying to make sense of 40 pages of hieroglyphics they pass off as an owner's manual.
Phone was out of the box. Anybody could have gotten the number just by turning it on. The number's displayed.
What'd you find? Well, I was down at the phone company, and they were a little reluctant to play ball.
What happened to your chick?
She got fired. But fortunately, there was a new chick. And with a little bit of that famous feral charm.
She called security?
Wrong. She gave me 4 numbers. The first being hers, of course. The second was the number of the Archdiocese of New York. Third was the bullpen at Shea Stadium. And this was the fourth.
What is it?
Dial it. I think you'll find it very interesting.
35th Precinct, Captain Gleason.
What?
Look, pal, I said 35th Precinct. You got a problem with that?
Skip Gleason? He'd like to kill me in poker, but for real? Get a grip, Hammer. The death threat against me had been traced to a payphone at the 35th Precinct, a place where I had enemies and friends, or maybe an enemy masquerading as a friend. Captain Gleason was as confused as I was.
Everyone uses that phone. People on the street, perps making their one call, anyone.
Yeah? Including him?
Kellogg? No way, Mike.
I'm telling you, Skip, he's dirty.
You're out of your mind.
Why would Kellogg try to bust Atlas by himself? He had no backup.
Both Kellogg and Atlas had motives. I just happened to interrupt whatever deal they were cooking up.
Captain, can I speak to you for a second?
Wait here.
Nick, when Kellogg leaves this joint, I want you to tail him. Don't let him see you, but I want to know where he goes, who he talks to, and what he's doing.
Hopefully he does lunch, because I'm starving to death.
Yeah? Here's $1. Get yourself a candy bar.
Thanks, Mike. Go on the machine. You want something?
Yeah. Ask me.
What's the matter with you?
I'm very upset, Mike.
What about?
Kellogg has been with this department for 11 years. He's as clean as my mother's kitchen.
Yeah, sure. By the way, how is your mother?
She's great. Just won a trifecta at Aqueduct.
Oh, congratulations. Skip, you've got to trust me on this. I was staking out Atlas. Kellogg wasn't there to arrest him. He only busted him after I showed up because he had no choice. I was a witness.
A witness to what?
I don't know yet.
So what are you thinking, that Kellogg is gonna whack you?
He's on my short list. I want to talk to Atlas. He's on my long list.
Come on.
Dominic Atlas was a carefully groomed thug who slept in a house in the suburbs while his enemies slept with the fishes.
Nice suit, Atlas. Makes you look older. Like 10 to 20 years.
Who knows? Maybe life.
I'll get you, punk. Don't think I won't.
I wouldn't waste the brain cells. What was Kellogg doing on your boat?
He was shaking me down. The guy's a filthy thief.
Watch your mouth.
The bastard was muscling in on my operation. He took a suitcase full of cash, my cash. Honest money. Look, I'm just a businessman. I thought you pigs were here to protect people like me.
I ought to smack that stupid smile right off your face.
Hey, be careful, Skip. You might catch something. One question, Atlas. After you were arrested, who did you call?
That's it?
Yeah.
I called for a pizza.
Answer the question.
Who do you think I called? I called my lawyer.
Name?
Gerard. Deke Gerard.
Until now, I had never had the pleasure of meeting Deke Gerard. I knew him only by reputation, mouthpiece to the mob. A lawyer on permanent retainer to Atlas, Gerard was a specialist in the art of the plea bargain. His eccentricities were forgiven as long as Atlas stayed out of prison.
Excuse me.
Why, you have gas?
I'll call you back. Get security.
Oh, that's all right. I'm very secure. My name is Mike Hammer.
The Mike Hammer?
That's the name on my gun permit.
What are you doing here?
I got your name from Dominic Atlas.
Actually, my mother and father gave me my name. What do you want?
Did you receive a call from Atlas?
That falls under purview of attorney-client privilege.
I'm not asking for legal advice. I want to know if you received a call from your client, Dominic Atlas.
Excuse me, that is not an ashtray.
The world is my ashtray, pal.
It's an extremely valuable work of art. Please show a little respect.
Then I suggest you reciprocate. Yes or no, did you receive the call?
Yes, I did.
Does the name Rudy Kellogg mean anything to you?
Mr. Hammer, my time is very valuable.
Your time is growing short, pal. Rudy Kellogg, have you heard the name?
Of course. He's the detective who mistakenly arrested my client.
What about before the arrest? Did they spend any quality time together?
That's none of your business, Mr. Hammer. And I'm a busy man. I suggest you leave before I have to bill you for this conversation.
How much yak time did you have to put on the clock before you could afford something like this? You know, This really is a nice jug. Thanks.
Gerard gave me nothing, which is exactly what Atlas pays him to give outsiders. Somewhere in this city of millions, a killer lurked with my head in his crosshairs. Not a very comforting thought. The clock was ticking, and now my pants were ringing. And I thought this suit was unlisted.
Hello.
Hey, Mike, what's happening?
Who's this?
It's me, Nick.
Where are you?
I'm in the office. Yeah, this connection's amazing. It's like you're in the same room with me.
I am. And at $1 a minute, talk faster. What'd you find out?
Well, I followed Kellogg to a sporting goods store. Bought a bunch of snorkeling gear. Mask, fins, the works.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. I lost him in the subway.
Belle, get a hold of Randy the cake jumper. I want to see her first thing in the morning.
I hope our little cupcake's an early riser.
Yeah, me too. All right, Nico, chance to redeem yourself. Go down to Lou's. There's a new guy working in the kitchen. His name is Pine. Find out what you can about it.
Okay. Where are you going?
It's a little stuffy in here. I think some ocean breezes might do me good.
Hey, Mike, you forgot your phone.
I didn't forget.
Atlas and Kellogg were only two of thousands who would dance the night away when I checked out. I went to the marina to check them out. I wasn't afraid of death, but I didn't seek it either. If my time was running out, I was determined to take a few with me. Atlas was a lock. He was a proven killer. But the jury was still out on Detective Kellogg. It's not easy nailing a crooked cop. It's dirty work the cops themselves are often reluctant to do. So it was up to me to clean up the pollution. Well, 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 if it isn't Detective Kellogg. You're a brave man, Rudy, swimming in Flushing Bay.
Maybe you ought to take a dip in the sewer. You'd probably feel more at home.
What the hell are you doing here?
That's my line, pal.
I'm looking for evidence in the Dominic Atlas case.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find out who phoned in a death threat from the 35th precinct. You make any phone calls lately, Rudy?
I got no use for you, Hammer. You PIs are all dumb punks who were too dumb to pass the cop test. Me, I'm a cop, and a good one. I don't go around threatening people. You're off base, way off.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. New York's finest. In your case, New York's wettest.
Hey, I'm damn proud of my badge. What, you got a problem with that, too?
Hell no. Some of my best friends are cops. You just don't happen to be one of them.
I'll take it under advisement.
The line is, I'll make a note.
All right, I'll make a note.
Do that. Oh, no. Somebody forgot to flush.
While the dirty cop took a bath, I had a dirty job of my own to do. I had to convince a clean cop that a brother officer had crossed over to the other side. My friend Skip Gleason had seen everything this city can throw at cops, but nothing upset him as much as a rogue in blue.
Well, you tell me, Skip. If this guy Kellogg is so squeaky clean, if he's working on a legitimate case, what the hell's he going for an afternoon swim for, huh? I mean, that's what the harbor boys do. This guy went out and bought his own snorkel. Explain that.
I don't like it, Mike. In fact, I hate it.
I know, Skip, but you gotta face reality. You've got to deal with this octopus.
All right, I'll call internal affairs first thing in the morning.
Good.
A couple of fresh ones, guys?
Why not?
They're sitting right over there.
Are you nuts? Those kids are my daughter's age.
Hey, you should bring your daughter in here sometime.
You picked the wrong day for humor, Sonny.
By the way, Skip, you ever bet women's basketball?
Can you?
You are one sick puppy. I'm gonna hit the head.
Skip Gleason wasn't the only one with a lot on his mind. I was no closer to nailing the creep who wanted me dead, but the killer's deadline continued to creep. As I rinsed the stench of Rudy Kellogg off my hands, I braced myself with a mug full of cold water. It was starting to get to me. Pull it together, Hammer. Keep your head in the game.
You crazy?
Knife, pal. Huh? What are you doing with the knife?
I'm gonna wash it. The slop sink in the kitchen is backed up. What is wrong with you, amigo?
I'm sorry, I had too much coffee.
Yeah. Too much cerveza.
I was rattled with a sense of fear. A deadly deja vu I hadn't felt since night patrol in Nam. I've stared down the barrel of a gun lots of times, but there's something about an unseen enemy that works over your nervous system like a fat man at a buffet. I wasn't used to being my own client. It made me jumpy. This was the last straw. From now on, the other guy was gonna jump in the dumpster.
Yeah?
This is Mrs. Herndon. I'd like to get my hair colored tomorrow at 2. Can you squeeze me in?
I can squeeze you in.
Why didn't Velda just get me a necktie? After a hot shower and half a bottle of aftershave, I went to the office for an early morning meeting with Randy, the cake queen.
She's waiting for you.
Ready?
Hi, I got your message. You wanted to see me?
Yeah, I did, but, this is not really what I had in mind. Sit down, I got some questions for you.
Mike, you need a hand?
Out!
Just asking.
So I came all the way down here for what? Is your phone broken?
Unfortunately, no. I just thought it might be safer here. I still don't know whether that shot in your apartment was meant for you or for me.
Well, how can I help?
Did you see Thompson with a guy named Dominic Atlas?
The crime boss, Atlas?
You know him.
Well, only through the papers.
I'm impressed. A stripper who reads.
Look, I'm not stupid, but I'm beginning to think that you are.
Lighten up, sweetheart. I'm just kidding. Now, this is important. Try to remember.
My memory's perfect, and I never forget a face.
Really? Do you remember this one?
No, who is he?
His name is Kellogg.
Never seen him.
You sure?
I told you before. If I'd seen him or if I'd seen Atlas, I would have remembered. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Hammer, I have a living to make.
Oh, wait a minute, wait. Don't forget your orchestra.
Nice seeing you. Did you get anything?
Just a lot of attitude.
Hey, Mike, I got the story on Pine. His real name is Ricardo Santiago. I don't know where he gets Pine from.
Too much time on the bench during Little League.
Well, Social Security gave me his name, and you're not going to believe who his father was. None other than Francisco Santiago.
I set him up for blackmail a couple of years ago.
Died a few months back, in prison. Still telling people who would listen he was innocent.
Okay, thanks. I'm out of here. Hold my calls.
Pine was a dishwasher at Lou's who I hoped to soak for a few answers.
Ricardo Santiago? I think we should probably talk.
Just leave me alone.
Did you call in a death threat because I busted your father? Planning on peeling some onions? Don't make me cry.
I'll kill you.
With that? Not a chance, pal. Now, I strongly suggest you lose the ship and tell me what your problem is.
You're my problem. My father's dead, and he was innocent.
Well, the jury of his peers disagreed.
You got him busted.
With good reason. Your father was blackmailing a client. Now drop the blade. Unless you want your wife to be the mother of 3 orphans. It's better. Tell me something. Why did you run?
I was scared. You figured out who I was. I didn't know what the hell you were gonna do.
Did you make the call?
When I stick you, you won't even see it coming.
Listen, your father was in and out of prison ever since you were a little kid. You want the same thing for your children? Don't you want to watch them grow up and be there for them? Don't wave knives in people's faces, especially people that carry guns, like me.
I gotta go clean up the mess I made.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, Skip just called. He wants you to meet him at Thompson's office ASAP.
On my way.
At least I could scratch Pine off the list. I met Skip Gleason at Thompson's place, and I discovered somebody had already scratched Thompson. Talk about icing on the cake.
Brandy, what are you doing here?
I dropped by to get my paycheck, and he was dead.
How did it happen, Skip?
Single shot to the stomach. And right now, that's all we know. Randy, what was your relationship with Thompson?
I just worked for him.
And that's all?
Well, he always wanted it to be more, but I was never interested. Look, I didn't like the guy. He was sleaze.
I'm gonna get her statement and then escort the young lady home. You
Thank
got
you.
it.
Why am I not surprised?
Mike, I'm gonna tell you something. This is just between us. You were right about Kellogg. He was already under investigation by Internal Affairs.
You see?
Well, they think he was bagging protection money from different businesses. They think he hit on Thompson, but he didn't know Thompson was working for Atlas. Now, that discussion was probably what you witnessed on the boat.
There's no probably about it. So when are you going to pick up Kellogg?
He's a cop, Mike.
A dirty cop?
To prove him guilty, we need hard evidence. That's going to take some time.
Well, I'm on the clock, Skip. My time is running out. I'll be in touch.
One by one, suspects were dropping out of the race, a race I couldn't afford to lose. Atlas was in jail. Party boy Thompson was dead. Would I be next? If the killer wanted to make me squirm, he was doing a hell of a job. In fact, I had to take my hat off to him.
Nicodemus, I want you to take a trip down to Flushing Bay Marina. Keep an eye on Atlas's boat. If you're running into this guy Kellogg, call me right away.
How do you know he's gonna be down there?
I think there's a good chance he hasn't found what he's looking for yet.
Okay, get my wetsuit.
Oh, Belle, I need some background on Randy, what's her face? Call Skip Gleason and get the full name.
I'll call him. Do you want some coffee? It's hot.
Finally. Check the elevator.
It's gone.
You okay?
Yeah, but coffee pot bit it.
Next time try decaf. Look at this.
It's a good thing you weren't wearing that.
My hunch was right. Kellogg was back in the water. Nick spotted him and gave me a call. I went to Flushing, hoping this time I'd find what Kellogg was looking for.
Hey.
A lot of people are afraid of the dark, but today even broad daylight had me on edge.
Relax, Mike, it's me.
Where's Kellogg?
He's diving at the back of the boat.
You just have to wait.
Look, I know you feel naked without this.
Oh, thanks. Reach out and torture someone.
As Detective Rudy Kellogg did his crooked Esther Williams impression, Nick and I enjoyed the show from dockside seats. But my patience with Rudy had run out.
Not a big one.
Yeah, smoke deal.
Always a smart guy.
Smart enough not to do business with the mob, pal.
Before you get too excited, let's make a deal. Smart here for everybody.
Sorry, Rudy, no deals.
What, are you greedy? You want it all? Take it!
Went around the back.
Stay here.
Detective Kellogg was history. My nightmare was over, or so I thought.
Nice shot.
Thanks. Better pick up the money before the seagulls get to it.
But a second shot rang out, fired from the next dock. A last desperate attempt, the final surprise.
Next time I come down here, I'm wearing an orange vest. You calling?
Gleason.
Skip. Mike. Get a garbage truck down to Flushing Bay Marina. We just nailed Kellogg. Nick will fill you on the details when you get here. Right.
I'd had enough of the cell phone. Time to put somebody else in the cell.
It's for you, pal. Stay with the money and wait for Gleason.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna get a piece of cake.
The race was no longer against the clock, it was against traffic. I had to get to Randy before Randy got to the airport. The stripper was finally stripped of her cover.
Hey.
Mike? You all right?
I've had better days.
Was there any trouble?
Nothing but.
You want to talk about it?
Why the change in attitude? Last time we met, you weren't in the mood for a conversation.
I'm really sorry about that. I'm not used to getting shot at. I guess it got to me.
That's something you never get used to. Planning a trip?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go away for the weekend.
Oh. I think you ought to plan on going away for a lot longer than that, sweetheart.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your boss, Dominic Atlas.
I told you I don't know anything about Dominic Atlas.
No. You worked for Thompson. Thompson worked for Atlas. Now, I will admit, in the beginning, I was a little confused, but then Detective Kellogg had me on the wrong road. But now everything is just as clear as your complexion, sweetheart. That day at the boat, I was busy with Atlas's goons. Detective Kellogg was tossing his shakedown money into the ocean. Then when Atlas went to jail, he decided to make his one phone call to his mouthpiece, Gerard. The phones were very busy that day. When Gerard heard from Atlas, he put in a call to your boss, Thompson, and told him to put the hit on me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do, sweetheart. Thompson got my phone number from my birthday present. He had to. He was the only one who could have. Following orders from Atlas, he put in a call to Detective Kellogg. Told him to put the death threat on me. But Kellogg was not what you would call a smart detective. In fact, he was pretty stupid. He made the phone call from the police station. Once he realized his mistake, he decided to cover his tracks and throw a little bon voyage party for Thompson. But he decided he better get rid of you, too. So, yesterday, he tried to waste us both, and here.
It's quite a story, Mike, but nobody's gonna believe it.
Oh, really? Then why have you packed your bags? Come on, Randy, admit it, you were running scared. You had no idea that Kellogg was gonna try and kill you. You had no idea who it was. Well, if you sleep with dogs, you wake up with fleas. But you had no idea about that the first time you tried to kill me. Were you just trying to scare me, or were you just a lousy shot? Then you missed again the day you tried to nail me and Nick at the docks, huh? You should have spent more time at the practice range, sweetheart.
That's not right. I've never shot a gun in my entire life. No, I've got to go, Mike. I'm going to my mother's. She's sick.
It runs in the family.
Well, I've got a cure for you.
Too bad you didn't stick to G-strings, Cupcake. You never should have put a rod in your hand.
Please. Don't let me die.
You're not gonna die, sweetheart. You're going to prison. The next cake you see better have a file in it.
I was happy to be at Lou's for a real party with real friends and a real cake.
Thank you, Lou.
Now, Mike, that cake is too small for someone to jump out of, so we're all safe.
Blow 'em out.
I better not. I smoke too much. If I blow, I might pass out.
It won't be the first time somebody passed out in here.
All right, you do it.
Did you make a wish?
Yes. I wish that next year everybody just forgets my birthday.
Mike, at our age, we gotta relish every one.
Mike,
Yeah.
we got you a present. Something you could actually use.
What is it, a new silencer for Betsy? Quotas!
There's a lot of payphones in this city, Mike.
Pinball, anyone?
Did you get your ball here?
My what?
Your ball.
My ball? Lou?
Yeah, Mike.
Do we still have that blue ball back there?
Yeah, I do. And it's in the way.
Throw it over.
Oh,
that's
it.
Now, what do you do with this thing? How does it work?
Well, I'm going to show you. Come on in. Lay down on it. Okay, like that. And you just relax. Okay, you're coming in.
I'm coming. Right in.
Don't like no on me. On the ball, you know?
Nice.
Jab, just lay down.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, and breathing in.
I feel like a